The challenge with an energetic hostess is that you have to pump in back that much energy. So, I have a tough ask, but everybody welcome to this particular session. And what I aim to, present to you is an exciting journey that India has committed to, having this global summit called the World Audio Visual Entertainment Summit. I have a brief presentation which will sort of run us all through what Waves is all about. So can I have the presentation? The first slide, please. That's what you're going to be seeing a lot more. So the World Audiovisual Entertainment Summit is a convergence for the media and entertainment sector. Why a convergence of media and entertainment sector is a question that we sort of asked ourselves before we onboarded onto the Waves journey. The essence is that India is a huge consumer market. It's a no-brainer with the kind of interest in this segment that we command. B, I think in the entire world space, our overall kitty in the media and entertainment space is about 2%, and therefore we are sort of in the know of everything in bits and pieces. But if we aggregate it all together, it becomes a mass to have a global summit. So Waves in itself is the need what India requires if it has to propel its creators economy. B, there's a lot of global interest in India because some of the parameters which invite investment into the country and also sort of catapult us onto higher statistics so far as business is concerned is something that can be delivered through a global summit. It's truly an industry-led event right from the word go. At the onset, when we conceived the concept of Waves, we had the associations present to us a number of challenges which would be exciting for the length and breadth of the country. So therefore, the Create in India Challenge Season 1 took off somewhere in the month of August. We've had an exciting journey in these challenges. Many of these challenges have been owned by these associations. One of the associations is our host for this entire summit. And so therefore, each one is putting in their energies and collective intellect to propel the ideology and idea of Waves. Some of these statistics you're all familiar with. I will only highlight them from the simple perspective that there is no more opportune time for India than to have Waves now. Principally, if you see the journey in the last 10 years, we've moved up the ranks where all it matters when you look at India as an investment destination, as a promising destination. You can't become the third largest economy of the world without these indicators moving up. But more importantly, what this slide doesn't show you is that everything needs critical mass. 10 years was a work in progress. I think our demography, which is at 28, has seen India rise up the ranks in the last 10 years. So you're all well aware of how to build it up further. And so 24 to 29 seems to be more promising. The ideology of we can become a creator's economy is more saleable today than it was saleable if we were at 2014 or 15. The market potential of India is something that is a detailing which is not the purpose of what Waves is doing, but it's important to know that as your smartphones are on the rise, as your data consumption is on the rise, it will command and demand more data to come into your spaces, which is a consumer-based market. New apps are coming. Artificial intelligence is working more disruptively as it is in the past. So all of this is sort of aggregating into businesses' decisions. There are no verticals which are absolutely isolated from the rest of the space, that is compelling them to think of creativity, data differently. And so therefore it makes more sense to bring everybody onto a single platform, sort of they get to hear what others are ideating and they also make a pitch, and somewhere it all gets integrated into a body where you're bringing in your best ideas year on year. So from where we have seen Davos as the economic forum, this becomes the global entertainment forum as we walk forward. These are statistics which are helping some of the top industries. We have representatives on the panel also. I think these are sort of opportunities which help set up GCC centers in the country. Our primary aim is to bring every youth onto this particular journey. It's an exciting journey. In some of the literature that we all are familiar with, they say that the creators economy is the new oil. Where, the oil has to remain sort of seamlessly connected throughout the globe. You can't stop it, you can't control it. So if our entire economy has to grow and it has to sort of support this segment, then there has to be a collective will, a collective movement, and this has to be on a synergistic model. It can't be that it's only an India story. It has to be a global story. So that's why instead of having a homegrown summit, we envision Waves to be a global summit from the perspective of businesses finding attraction within the country and the country becoming an investment friendly destination. There are certain incentives, but since we need the best of the brains to come and sort of put their ideas, we have got certain models that we have built into Waves. At the apex level, I'll take you through in a clockwise fashion. At the apex level is the CEO's roundtable. We have visibility on some of the top global CEOs showing interest at this platform. They will bring in their ideas, which has sort of been the backbone for them to make huge empires that we all are leaning on to today. I think their best thoughts coming into the country will make the previous slide much more exciting at Summit 2, Summit 3, Summit 4 and so on. The next, we all need sort of familiarity at a country to country level. So therefore the ministerial track is something that most sectors have seen when they have embarked on their journey of growth. So the global media dialogue is the formal track which will have the Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting reach out to his counterparts across the globe and invite them to be present at this particular forum. We will have a common goal discussed, and therefore the best of the thoughts will get collated to work upon throughout the year till the next summit. The third is having great global thinkers and global leaders is an opportune moment for all of us to hear them. And so therefore this plenary session is an exciting investment of their time for us. I think it's a one-way traffic, if I can so claim, because just hearing them is pure infusion of good thoughts. I'd read it somewhere that you're an average of the 5 people that you interact with. So therefore plenaries like this are a lifetime opportunity, if I can sort of say that. And we are happy that somewhere some of our panelists are really working for Waves to bring these global thought leaders onto the stage. We hope that more numbers are available than we can imagine, but that's a work in progress. I think Waves itself as a startup, I'm pitching to all of you as a startup, has had its own journey. It started with a different ideology. The vision was start small and grow big. But as we address this forum, I am confident that it's already made a certain journey even before coming into the first edition. And so therefore, my articulation is much better than it used to be when I first made a presentation. So at least I have improved. Waves will follow now. Bharat Pavilion is our commitment to showcase some of the best opportunities and capabilities that we have. We are working towards making a world-class experience center. We are of course limited by the kind of opportunities that we can bring into a small space, but we definitely want to position India as India was known to be the land of storytellers. At a time when technology had not disrupted, we were way up there. Somewhere, as technology has moved forward, I think our kitty has marginally reduced. I'm sure we have the latent talent, and so therefore Bharat Pavilion promises to be an exciting journey of what has been, what is, and what will be. This is something that will make a capture of our entire prowess, if I can so claim. The Waves Bazaar is an initiative that is in physicality like any other traditional trade show bazaars, but in parallel we are also building up an e-Waves Bazaar that will be a one-stop shop for the entire media and entertainment space. So in case you've not registered, it's a very simple buyer and seller registration format. Please do log on to wavesbazaar.com and log on. As you populate yourself, because you need to self-register, that's the mandatory requirement. It'll be a one-stop shop where you can get to know who all are the gamers, where are the gamers, how do I approach them, what do I pitch them to. The buyer can see whose pitch is complete, who wants support. The OTT can similarly log on, the live events can log on. So a multi-segmented platform is always beneficial for cross-pollination. So this particular bazaar promises to sort of expand the entire database so that the usual questions that we sort of lean on to, I can't say the name of the platform because then it becomes singularity, but Waves will be for the media and entertainment space. Waves Accelerator is our commitment to supporting the startup ecosystem. Many brilliant minds are fending for themselves. They are making their pitches at various levels. They are getting discovered, but I think it's about time that we made a formal platform. We made a formal intent to have such formal talent come onto a summit, make their pitches. We will ourselves be reaching out to venture capitalists, business investment houses, funds to come in, discover the kind of talent. So essentially, if you can get the gist of this half the circle that we have gone, it's all about business, and I think that's what excites most of us when we approach a global level summit. India itself is a land of cultural heritage, so we will bring in some of the best talents to this particular stage. I think that's a part of a global summit. We will stitch it up in the befitting manner that a global summit demands. And where it all started is where I'm going to come to the clock, the creatosphere. It's all about creators. It's all about creators economy. It's all about our youth per se. Their journey ahead is more exciting than it has ever been. And so therefore the Create in India Challenge Season 1 is dear to the heart of Waves, and it is now dear to the heart of most of the associations who are running this challenge. So if you recall the first slide which said industry-led event, I think truly creatosphere is where the entire industry association's efforts, the entire industry's efforts will sort of get a visibility. The Create in India Challenges grand finale, some of them have reached their grand finale stage, but some of them are now open to international participation. So we have about 19 challenges which are open to international participation, and the Creatosphere will have a hand holding beyond Waves. So there will be master classes, there will be arrangements with some of the top academia in the craft. We also have recently launched the Indian Institute of Creative Technology. It's an institution which is on which promises to be on the lines of the IITs for the engineering domain. Everybody understands IITs. 10, 15 years from now, everybody will understand IICT is what Waves envisions for IICT. So a quick glance at the Create in India challenges. I think it probably covers everything to everything. AI art installation is on the top because I think it is infrastructure heavy. We've got a fewer participation in this than we would have liked, but we are okay. There is a certain country which says that people talk about our failures by saying that so and so, they're big names, so they say that so and so went and failed. He says we only go and fail because we want to test our limits. That's where we know that we need to work more. So our challenges are also like that. They have different flavors. Some of them have entries close to 30,000, 40,000. Some of them in the last month the entries have gone twofold. So as we test waters, we realize that some of the areas need support from the industry, and it has to be one-on-one support. Some of them can be curated by the associations. So it's a collective intelligence that we have gathered. I think the challenges today where they stand are truly reflecting of the capabilities. We will bring them onto the online voting very soon, some of the challenges. Some of them will continue to sort of find more talent, and thereafter at the Waves we will have the grand finale. I have talked about the Waves Bazaar. I think I have given you food for thought to work after you finish for the session. So possibilities at Waves is immense, but I tried to capture some of it for all of you to carry back home. If it's at the apex level, and there is the opportunity for the CEO to spare his valuable time, then there can be no better opportunity, because I think he will find a receptive Indian decision making side. All notes will be recorded. I think that's an assurance that Waves gives. It's an assurance like never before. So that's the top point. I think that's truly what the global summit makes it global. At the second, you have an opportunity to be at a global summit, which is a convergence event. So therefore, if you have 20 verticals which in normal course do not talk to each other, you can at least talk at Waves. Between companies, cross companies, I mean, it's a free market, if we may say so. An opportunity for panel discussion. I don't think I'll get the opportunity, so I thank you for this opportunity here. And of course, if you have something which you think is saleable, if you think you have a friend who has some craft that is saleable, do make an effort to be at the Waves Accelerator. If you already are in the sector and you think you have something that you want, be a buyer. If you want to sell something, be a seller. It's your choice. If you just want to come and experience what India has in store for itself for the future, come and see the Bharat Pavilion. I mean, you take your pick and you can probably fit into Waves the way you like. And last but not the least, I think we truly need to position India where it should be it is the promised third largest economy, but that's not our ambition. The ambition goes beyond. So we need to position ourselves adequately well. We need to present ourselves well, and we need to position in a manner that we are seen as a promise for mutual growth. So with that spirit, I think Waves is moving forward. There are a lot of slides at appendix, which is a lot more verbose, but I just wanted to park it here that you can go to the slide at the end. You can actually log on to the pages of these associations where they're running the challenges. Some of the challenges may find your interest, some of them may not find your interest, but I'll leave this particular sort of presentation for you to ponder on, so that when you come to the summit, you are better equipped with whatever we have, we are happy to share with you. Thank you.
Afternoon time is sleeping time, so keeping awake. I think Achal has done an excellent presentation on what we propose to do at Waves. So that should have set the tone for us. And I'm not going to take too much of your time. We came to listen more to the audience and what we can actually do at Waves. So point number one, as Achal had mentioned, though ministry is spearheading this, but we are spearheading it as an industry-led event. So the success of Waves is dependent on more participation from the industry that we are fully conscious of. And that is why I think never before have we engaged with so many associations associated with the media and entertainment sector, and it is a one-stop platform for all media and entertainment sector industries. I think this is summit, as far as the summit is concerned, Prime Minister has already spoken about it at least twice on his Mann Ki Baat, and where he has clearly come out with a vision what he envisages that Wave should become. As Achal mentioned, it is supposed to be a model almost become the World Entertainment Forum. So this is how we see it, and we will only, as our secretary always says, this is a plug and play model. We are creating a platform for the entire industry. Whoever is interested can come on board and put forward your ideas, panels, discussions, also be part of the process. So that is the key thing, and we understand that as technology is changing, especially with AI, there's a lot of impact on the media and entertainment sector. So this, for 3-4 days, will actually give you us a roadmap for the Indian media and entertainment sector to actually go forward by leaps and bounds. I think we are at the cusp of a very great period, which is when India can actually lead the world in some of the technologies. So far, the idea has been India is being used more as a back office, pre-production office, or animation, post-production work, so all that. But now we feel that it is time for India to lead the world in the media and entertainment sector, create our own IPs, so that our content is seen across the world. So we will try and facilitate whatever we could from the Ministry of I&B to see that Indian IPs are on the global scene. So this is one of the important tasks. The other thing is that we have a very vibrant creators community, and these 31 challenges that we have launched is a platform for all the young creators to come on board, test themselves against the world, because it is not just, these creator challenges are not just restricted to within the country, there are also international participants in some of the challenges. We have opened the doors for international participants also. So you will, our young creators, we have already seen very good response from across the country, and some international participation has also started since we opened the challenges for international participation. And most importantly, this participation is not restricted to the metros. It is tier 2, tier 3 cities, participants are also coming on board. So that shows the entire creative spirit of the country and the way people are moving into the creators economy space, and we see a potential for huge growth. And as Prime Minister mentioned, he sees this as one of the driving engines of the $5 trillion economy that he is planning. So this is something we all need to take on board, see how each sector can be contributing. And the uniqueness of Waves is that this might be the only summit in the entire world where all forms of media will be focused on. While in most of the international conferences like this digital summit, it's on digital economy. There are some summits which are focusing on TV, some which do technologies. So, but this concept of Waves is unique in the sense that it will bring all stakeholders together. And there can be a lot of cross-cutting synergy discussions that can happen. Because as technology grows, there are lines between different sectors are blurring, and there is a lot of mergers happening. So this platform will be an excellent platform for you to look at cross-cutting sector opportunities for all of your sectors. So that way, we will have global leaders from all sectors of the media and entertainment sector. Technology, again, is a driving force. So we are also focusing on technologies. As he mentioned, we are also looking at supporting startups in this sector, which is today is Startup Day. We are celebrating India's successful journey in the last few years in the startup sector. And this summit will be especially focused on the startup sector, startup companies which are in the media and entertainment space. Other than that, we are also looking at some important policy support that you will require. It will be an important forum for you to do brainstorming sessions, come up with what policies that ministry has to look at to facilitate the growth of the industry. So we will be working on some roadmaps for that so that we have an enabling environment for the entire media and entertainment sector to grow. So it is not just economic growth, but it also jobs, growth of jobs. The entire Creative India challenge is such that people are able to identify talent, find themselves employment, and some of the challenges participants have started getting jobs even before we have completed the process of the challenge. So the very fact that they are part of the process, their work is seen, and that will be a very important, that is one of the important yardsticks by which we are looking at, that we should be able to generate investment and employment for the people. The other important thing that he mentioned, our Waves Bazaar. This is going to be a one-stop shop for almost the entire media and entertainment sector, an excellent platform for anybody of you to showcase your work to the world. And the bazaar is already open informally, it's not formally launched, but we have already opened it so that anybody coming to the Wave Summit can also fix up your meetings, your panel discussions, take a look at your products. So it is almost, we have scaled up what we used to do at NFDC Film Bazaar to all the sectors. So earlier what was supposed just, if you go to IFI, you get to part of the Film Bazaar. But now the Waves Bazaar will be a bazaar for the entire media and entertainment sector of India. So we are working on that model. We will be scaling it up as we go ahead. But we request all of you to now come on board, as he has mentioned, so that the meetings that are going to happen at Waves, the people who are coming from abroad will also have an idea of who should they meet, what should they look forward to, and if there are any B2B meetings that has to be fixed, that can be done through the Waves Bazaar portal. So I would request all of you to actually come on board on that portal so that there is, you will be able to reach out to the companies, and as we open the delegate registration, then they will have one set of database for which they can reach out to Indian companies. The other thing that we're also looking at is that in terms of AI driving content, so we will have to look at how that can be integrated. Content generation will be one of the important aspects of this summit, where we look at Indian content companies. The challenges are so diverse that you will have a full database of creative talent pool also, which will be created because most of the participants are registering on themselves. We will be able to reach out to them. Most of the winners, I hope that we will get good talent to be identified. Some of the challenges, like you have Battle of the Bands, which are on rock band music. Then you have Battle of the Symphonies for classical music, which we are also going to do. And apart from that, film making, reel making. So there is an immense diversity of challenges which have been launched. Apart from that, we are also looking at some handheld devices. So it's just not content, also devices, creative technologies, some of the applications that can be used in the media and entertainment sector, like ad spend optimizer. So there are so many things that are there. So I would request all of you to go through the challenges and also reach out to some of the participants who will be coming up to the summit at that time. So that is how it is all planned. So I will not take too much of your time. So since Achal has already given you a long brief on what we are planning to do, I will be here to address your questions if you have any queries regarding this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think post-lunch, the energy just dips a little, so totally understandable, but coffee typically helps. Just want to say thank you to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to Mr. Senthil Rajan and the CEO of Waves, Mr. Malhotra, for having us here. My name is Natasha Jog, as you heard. I lead public policy for Instagram India and also policy programs for Facebook and Instagram. I think a lot has been said, and you are pretty abreast with the context, but just if I could just set the stage of why we are just so delighted at the opportunity to partner with Waves and be here and support exactly what this attempt is trying to do. India, has some 760 million internet users. There's so much headroom to grow because this number is just around 50% of our population. Every day, we are seeing what we just heard Mr. Rajan talk about, this vibrant creator economy. We are seeing signs of that every day. Creator economy meaning content creators, meaning public figures and influencers, meaning digital entrepreneurs as well, all of who are coming out there, creating content, they are monetizing content, they are creating communities, reaching out to vast number of people, talking about a bunch of topics. I mean, impossible to list them, but we've covered 8 of them in the support that we are giving Waves, which is, you know, they could be food, it could be travel, it's fashion, it's gaming, it's tech, and what have you. So we are seeing a lot of content being created on this. In fact, so vibrant is India's creator economy that India tops the charts for Reels creation for us globally when we talk about the most produced Reels every week. And this was right through 2024 that India was really top of the pops there when it comes to just how much content is being created by content creators in this country. And we really believe that content creators are an absolutely critical and key pillar of India's new economy. And we've seen just the amount of effort that's being taken to address them, be it first, of course, the creator days that we had, and all of us supported last year, and now this mega and great ambition that has been put forward by Waves as well. You know, for us, both for Instagram and Facebook, we really are invested deeply in the success of creators and in shaping India's creator economy as well. And how is that happening? I'll walk you through some of the trends that we are seeing, and, you know, just what's happening in the cultural space in the country, which is where the creators are deriving inspiration and where we are seeing a lot of traction and consumption really happen. So last year, if I say the Olympics, the IPL, Malhotra, Neeraj Chopra, that's kind of content that was really topping the charts when it comes to Reels. We are seeing, I mean, it's almost a cliche, but cricket, but happy to see that it was Olympics really figured, and like I said, gave you the examples of, you know, so much more conversation around our Olympians this time around. Movies that are being re-released or fresh releases, Pata Ladies again, top of the pops if I talk about just how India was consuming content. And what is interesting, and again Mr. Rajan referred to it, is where are we seeing a lot of this content being created from? It's coming from India's smaller towns and cities. That is what is propelling a lot of this content creation. I'll give you a small example. Nancy Tyagi, I'm not sure how many people in the room are familiar with her, but she is a content creator who's reached, has had international success. And what she does is that she just designs and creates her own costumes. And that really put her at the top of all these big fashion events globally. Dolly Chaiwal, another great reference that I love talking about, someone, you know, who met Bill Gates, etc. These are all stories that are coming out from India. So, you know, there is a big made in India story that is going global, and it is being noticed, and it's being noticed a lot. We've seen creators in Japan create content lip syncing to, you know, some of our leading Bollywood movies. We are seeing trends that have driven a lot of the Reels production and consumption, also echoing in Indonesia, in parts of Europe, and so on. So that is kind of the background in which we're talking about Waves. So, you know, the Waves Reel Making Challenge is where we come in. And like I said, we are really glad for the opportunity to be able to come in and do more, because this, like I said, is an ecosystem that really matters to us and is very core to what we are doing and how we are supporting the country in this content creation. And we've actually taken some 8 broad themes. They're travel, food, fashion, gaming, tech, again, some of what I mentioned at the beginning. And what this does is, as you can imagine, it's a very vast bouquet, and it allows a lot of diverse content to be created. It'll be created in multiple languages, because while I talked about, you know, content creators coming from India's smaller towns and cities, there's a lot of content being produced in diverse Indian languages. So it's no longer what you would expect, that up 2 or 3 languages, only English, Hindi, or maybe English, Hindi in one southern language. Diverse languages is where a lot of the content is being consumed. We launched the challenge last month in December, and we've seen a lot of interest. Several thousand applications have already come in. one key part of running a challenge of this kind is also making sure that we are able to reach the right audience, that we are working again with creators to build excitement and talk about this challenge. So we are doing more and more of that every day, trying to make sure that the message, some of what we heard Mr. Malhotra say, some of what we heard Mr. Rajan say, and what we're trying to do with as creators there, be put out forcefully. We've seen that has already garnered some almost just under 4 million views and reached more than 6 million users online. So there is a lot of momentum there and got some time. So this will, of course, build up. Another part of the piece that we do, coming back to the languages, is all the creator education that we provide. A program called Born on Instagram, again, available in some 6 languages. In India, has got 500,000 people signing in, just so that they can understand how they start in their journey of content creation, what does it take to build communities, and have this language around this. So really, India has a rapidly growing creator economy, and we believe very firmly that the best is yet to come, and we are here and ready to kind of shape that journey as we go along. So very excited to be part of Waves and support it, and thank you again for the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
क्या रील्स बना के देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी तक पहुंचना पॉसिबल है? अगर मैं कहूं हाँ, तो क्या आप मानेंगे? ट्रैवल करना मेरा जुनून है और रिसेंटली मैंने हिमाचल से कन्याकुमारी तक रोड ट्रिप किया। हर एक स्पॉट एक कहानी के जैसा था। हिंदुस्तान के सबसे सुंदर रोड और सबसे सीनिक स्पॉट्स, और ये कहानी मैंने आपके साथ शेयर की। अब बारी आपकी है। अगर आपको भी ट्रैवल का शौक है या अपने देश के किसी भी एस्पेक्ट को शोकेस करना पसंद है, तो ये वेव्स रील मेकिंग चैलेंज आपके लिए है। मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग ने IAMAI एंड मेटा के साथ मिलकर एक एक्साइटिंग चैलेंज ऑर्गेनाइज किया है, वेव्स रील मेकिंग चैलेंज। यहाँ 8 थीम्स हैं, जैसे इंडियन टूरिज्म, इंडियन फूड, इंडियन फैशन और भी बहुत सारे एक्साइटिंग थीम्स। तो अपनी फेवरेट थीम चूज करो और एक अमेजिंग वीडियो बनाओ। पार्टिसिपेट करना बिल्कुल आसान है। गो टू वेव्स रील मेकिंग इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल, चेक देयर बायो फॉर द वेबसाइट लिंक। इन द वेबसाइट फिल अप योर डिटेल्स और अपनी रील का लिंक अपलोड कर दो। बस अब इंतजार करो विनर अनाउंसमेंट का। और हाँ, 25 दिसंबर से पहले अपलोड करना ना भूलें, क्योंकि इस चैलेंज में पार्टिसिपेट करके आपको मिलेगा एक्सक्लूसिव एक्सेस टू द ग्रैंड वेव्स इवेंट, जहां देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी भी होंगे। आपकी वीडियो ग्लोरी वॉल पे भी फीचर होगी। और भी एक्साइटिंग थीम्स और प्राइजेस हैं। तो दोस्तों, अब समय है अपनी कहानी बताने का और दुनिया के साथ शेयर करने का। तो इंतजार किस बात का है? इस वेव्स रील मेकिंग चैलेंज का हिस्सा बनो। क्या पता आपकी कहानी PM जी तक पहुंच जाए।
Thank you so much. I don't know how do I match up to that energy, but I'll try. Thanks, Natasha. Truly, truly exciting times for all of us to be in, right? It's been quite a journey. I don't know if 15, 20 years back we would even have this conversation. Really, really exciting times to be in. I'm Aneesha. I lead Google Play ecosystem and scale partnerships for India. And while my colleague Kavitha is here, and she'll mostly talk about the larger creator economy that we're supporting, as a part of Play, we support the developer ecosystem, and there's a challenge that we're participating in, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. The challenge that I'm going to talk about is the AI for Comic Challenge. We're supporting this challenge in association with Dashtun. Dashtun is basically a comic creator and a consumption app. And they basically host comics and originals across different genres and across different parts of the globe. We've been happy partnering with Dashtun, and unfortunately I don't have any of my Dashtun colleagues here today, but happy to represent them here today. And Dashtun has been an important partner for us in other parts of APAC markets as well. They've been a partner for us in Korea, and that's basically Google Play's commitment to the ongoing support we want to provide to the webtoon industry. The webtoon industry, if you really talk about it, it's growing, according to Grandview Research, it's growing about 34%. South Korea definitely contributes the most to it right now, but the Indian economy in terms of how webtoons are growing here is phenomenal. India has become a creator base and a land of storytellers, right? And given how AI has become like the household name in the last 3-4 years, AI gives these creators the opportunity to create compelling stories in multiple formats and also breaking the traditional barriers that we usually experience. The AI for Comic Challenge aims to provide Indian creators and storytellers to unlock such an opportunity, encouraging them to envision and explore innovation with the help of power to unleash their imagination. This challenge is for creators of all ages. What we will do in this challenge typically is we'll give these participants about a month, and they'll create a comic of their choice. Obviously, they'll have to adhere to certain guidance. participating in this challenge, what does this mean for most of you? So what we're typically doing as a part of this challenge is we're running this in 2 streams. One is general, where you could, as an amateur or a professional, just apply to the challenge. The second part is as a student, where you're part of an institution which is recognized by UGC and you just apply for the competition. The final comic will have to be developed on the Dashtoon studio, and once you see the video, you'll see the link to the studio. So you develop it on the Dashtoon studio, and you publish it on the Dashtoon mobile app, which is available for free on Google Play Store. In the Dashtoon app, there'll be a creator spotlight section where most of these participating comics will be put up. Key 5 evaluation criteria that we have for this challenge. One is storytelling and creativity, very, very important. Artistic quality, panel layout, emotional impact, speech and dialogue. So this is how we're going to evaluate most of our entries. The submissions close by 15th March 2025. And there'll be about, and then I think we'll be announcing about 50 submissions on 20th of March 2025, and then obviously the final winners once we have the final dates for Waves. The top 3 entries will do a showcase in Waves with their respective comics and will be featured on the Dashtoon app. Thank you for your time. This is indeed an exciting opportunity, and I urge all of you to support this. I urge all of you to spread a word. It gives these amazing creators who are building these comics a platform to showcase, their talent and get recognized for their expression. Thank you for your time.
AI Comic at Waves, India's largest summit for media and entertainment. Organized by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Anyone can create a comic with AI. Whether you're a seasoned writer, comic artist, or a complete beginner, Dashtoon acts as your creative partner so that you can easily create comics using AI. Create your comic from any story or genre. From wholesome romance to sci-fi adventures, the possibilities are endless. Compete for up to 3 lakh rupees in prizes and get your comic featured at the Waves Summit. Top entries win a chance to attend the Waves event and exclusive goodies from Dashtoon and Google Play. Participate in India's largest AI comic creation challenge. Your story could be the next big comic. Sign up now at dashtoon.com/Comic Chronicles.
I think we should have a finale round of applause for our finale speaker for that brilliant initiative that we're all discussing this afternoon. Over to you then.
Thank you so much. I think everybody has commented on how this is a sleepy afternoon, but thankfully for everybody, I'm the last speaker, and hopefully I won't take too much time. My name is Kavitha, and I lead government affairs and public policy for YouTube in India currently. Not too long ago, if I wanted to plan a trip to see the many wonders of India, I would have to look them up in books, pore over it, or I'd have to ask friends and family about it. For me personally, that yearning to search and discover new things about incredible India is still there. But today I can go on YouTube, I can see a whole bunch of videos by the many, many big creators that we have in India today. For over 16 years now, creators in India have explored and conquered new frontiers of creative expression. They've been exporting India's culture to a global audience, helping people and communities connect across borders and languages. All of this is enabled by the openness of these platforms, including YouTube, allowing a diverse group of artisans and creators to have a voice and share a piece of themselves with the world. Over the years, we have seen creators like Anita Bokapalli, who has turned living rooms across the world into personal yoga studios. We've seen artists like King, who has taken YouTube by storm, with his unique sounds resonating with music lovers worldwide. We've seen creators like Harish Bali, who are empowering tourists not just in India, but also globally with information about unique attractions in India, and inspiring an entirely new generation of travelers to explore the country and find more. From the majestic snow-capped mountains of the Himalayas to the breathtaking valleys of the Northeast, there's such a kaleidoscope of attractions in India that is there for us to discover, and there's so much more that we can share. And this was exactly the nucleus of why we thought about the Waves Explorer Challenge, in how YouTube wants to collaborate both with IMEI and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Our vision with this endeavor is to ignite a nationwide celebration of India's hidden treasures, where every soul, whether the humblest artisan or the most iconic luminaries, could unveil their unique vision of what they see, of their story in India. And as Achalji said, we're a land of storytellers. What we want is a symphony of those voices, a chorus of those perspectives, each of them celebrating their unique vision of India. There's no singular definition of India. I think even within this room, each of you would have a different idea of what that looks like, how that resonates with you, reflecting each of your diverse experiences and perspectives. This is also what inspired that magic catchphrase that we have in this Explorer Challenge. For the record, this is my India. It's an invitation to every Indian to illuminate the farthest corners of this country and show their version of the country. To lend an iconic hook to this challenge, we wove the magic of the song Fir Se Ud Chala, if all of you have heard of it, from the cinematic masterpiece Rockstar. That's gone into the very heart of this challenge, and it's kicked off with the leading creator Suyash Fashions. Creators across genres have since started creating their own spins to this trend by showcasing more than just travel. So some of you may have heard of Chef Ranveer Brar. He's done this through food, and he's shown this on his channel through food. You have other creators like Curly Tails, Hana Krishna, Shivesh Bhatia. All of them have jumped onto this trend, this bandwagon, turning this challenge into a celebration of food, music, handicrafts, and so much more. This marriage of a timeless melody, that song, an invitation to explore the country, explore the unknown, is what we are trying to do with this particular challenge. A selection of the most exceptional submissions will then be showcased at the Waves Summit in the Waves Explorer Hall of Fame when it's being hosted in April. And that will finally culminate in the announcement of a winning submission. This journey, in the celebration of our nation's soul, is a collective endeavor. It demands our collective voices, our shared passions, our unwavering commitment to showcasing the beauty of India in all its splendor. As always, YouTube is very, very committed to working on this with IMEI and the ministry, our industry partners, the wide creative economy that has mushroomed on our platforms to captivate India's stories. So I'd encourage every one of you to try this challenge, to open up the YouTube app, hit the record button, and share your story, your unique vision of what you believe in India and what you discover in this country. On behalf of everyone at YouTube, I want to thank all of you, but also special thanks to IMEI for conceptualizing this with us, for making sure that we could bring in as many participants as possible, but also to the ministry, to MIB, to Achalji and Senthilji and so many other officers at MIB who have kicked off this grand vision and given this mandate for the growth of this community through Waves. Before I sign off, like I promised, there is a short video at the end of this speech.
So for the record,
This is my India.
this is my Undekha.
Unsuna.
Unbelievable India.
This is my favorite designer wear wala India.
My Sakhat Energy Hero India.
এই হলো আমার দুর্দান্ত রোড ট্রিপের ইন্ডিয়া
So India, join the Waves Explorer Challenge.
Show us what makes you say for the record. This is my India.
Thank you. I hope you all try it.